Hello everyone, let's do some Bitcoin TA. Last time when we talked, we were around over here. It was uh, it was the pre-summit price action. At that point, I said that what I want to hear from Trump is gonna be, I bought, I'm going to buy, I have a plan for buying, or I'm gonna bring back the exchanges, Bybit and Binance. Like this, he would give the opportunity to people to do their own thing. None of that happened. And I said that's going to be a nothing burger if that doesn't happen, and that it was the case. Even more so, we sold pretty much aggressively. We had a boring price action over the weekend and then just sold off. This was also in confluence with the traditional markets, Nasdaq, NQ, and S&P 500. They also fell, and I would say that we held quite well against that. So now that the narratives of bullishness and billions and billions and billions, see what I did here? It was a Trump thing, are over and done. Let's see what we might get next. Um, Over here, I was talking. This is a dirty chart, but I just wanted to point out that in one of my previous videos, I was talking about this area here, front running the retest of the range 74-ish, what everybody is looking for, because we want not to be everybody, and best trades are where most traders are left in the dust. So to the downside, we still have a naked POC 76 free. This the top of this box 76.6, which actually I mentioned the exact number in one of the discords where I am active, 76.6, almost to great perfection. If we come, we have to what to SFP into. We can take this naked point of control, and we have another 6 hours sitting at 75.2. This is if we just come lower and we don't dump aggressively. If we bounce from either of these levels here, just for you to know why. On another note, we have now everybody seems to look at the gaps, but the gaps, the CME gaps that count, they are the RTH. RTH is regular trading hours for New York. I would expect 84.5, which would be the midpoint of the RTH gap, and maybe a little bit higher at 86,000. We would 85,870 just to be precise. We would close the gap. In my opinion, if we don't close it completely, we'll be more bullish than bearish, because if you go down, you have a reason to come back up. Going back to the regular chart, over here we have the weekend. So the weekend highs to be taken, and you SFP them. Actually, we can mark them like this, and you come here. I see two scenarios. I see two scenarios. Anywhere's in between here and this other low, which is gonna be here. Come on. Yes. Plus that we have over here, it is this is supply. Let's see if it is more clean on another time frame. No, we don't have it on 2. On 1, let me just see if I can get more precise. 45. Yeah, it doesn't come as a clean order block as everybody would call it. Nonetheless, it is supply. So there are two options executing in this area. You come, you take these highs out, and you reject anyways in between 84.6, which would be the midpoint of the RTH gap. And bear in mind, although we came here very, very, very close, this doesn't count because it was outside New York trading regular trading hours for New York. That's the CME RTH. And the next level will be this. If we go over, this opens the gates for the weekend highs. We can even consider not taking the weekend highs. And over here, let's see where we have the point of control. We have a naked point of control from the weekend price action, which is going to be 85,977. Let's call it 86. This would be like the third, if you want to be precise, this is like the first, the second, the third, and the fourth is going to be the SFP, or just take it as a zone and see wherever you reject in this zone and follow the market structure. It is the easiest way to execute. What can happen over here is that anywhere in between these highs over here, SFPing them and SFPing the weekend highs, it can be a very nice trade that can give way more than expected. But be aware of the fact that it just might be short-lived, because you're gonna maybe reject anyways from here, you're gonna get here, you're gonna retrace, put a higher low for a higher high, maybe even here you reject again, you do the same thing yet again, you go for the highs, maybe you take these ones also. But what we are interested in continuation, if this previous resistance gets tapped and holds as support, that would be your indication that, okay, I might take profits because we're just gonna move higher. In these cases, you just need to have a good grasp and understanding of price action, how the price moves, how do we get into these levels. Do we get in a stay away case like here, which is it is destined to be taken out, or you go on a short squeeze, or you go with a massive longs keep coming in. That will tell you how price might react in the future, like if it is gonna be sustained, the move, or not. Moving to another chart, I've been calling this as a resistance on the 4 hour, and still, forgive, this is a messier chart where on the 4 hour it is very, very ugly and not clean at all. But when I trade very low time frames, it makes all the sense in the world. So till this box gets reclaimed, higher it is less probable. You close a daily or a 4 hour, 6 hour, whatever, full body candle above it, then we talk differently. Moving back to the RTH gaps, this is very much a point of interest, and we would want to see what happens here. The thing is that to the downside, we have yet another gap over here that sits in between 33.8 and 77.26. But as I stated before, this is, in my opinion, we are opening the gates for a very boring price action for the summer and kind of bearish territory. It was funny to see that when we got here, everybody was calling bear market, and they are just freaking out. And actually, it was like the first time when on the lows, you don't have any bullish news. Just like I said the other time, that like there are these guys that they say, show me the chart, I'm gonna tell you the news. Yeah, all good and nice till tariffs and higher narratives come into play. If if we don't hold this, I've told you I would not like to test previous range highs. Yes, there is a possibility that we will test them. There is a possibility that anyways in between here we can be the bottom and go up. But my guess is that if we lose this low on a daily, and I've stated it before, I'm not sure if in a video or just in the Discord, it's if we have a daily close body close candle under 76.6. I don't want to give any funny financial advice, but I would say, like, I promise you 69,100 will be hit. And this level, it is very, very much important. And you can see it even on a daily high time frame. It is the previous all-time high from the previous cycle. You can see it over here, how clean SR level was. And basically, if we come here, we clean all the Trump pump. As long as we don't close under this low a daily, and we maybe even come and do yet another SFP of the low, coming into this area of interest that I told you that I'm looking as a front run trade for those ones waiting for the range retest. Nothing changed. We are just like in a retrace, and higher is more probable than not. More than that, we are in range deviation zones. So this is a range deviation area if you take your range from here till here. So coming, doing yet another SFP here, or not even, you do like I call it an FRGR 2.0. Shout out Sergio Tesla. Check him out. He's a great trader, and he has his own wonderful thing that it is called statistic data. Check him out. You come and you do basically head and shoulders, but I have a deeper explanation for why this happens. Nonetheless, this is what I would call an FRGR 2.0, where you have one level, you come, you SFP it, and then you back testing, basically taking out all the traders that are putting their stop loss to break even after taking an SFP. So as long as we play in this area, you shouldn't be scared about anything, in my opinion. So this would be the zone till 74.8, let's call it. I don't want this to be retested, and I don't want the price to close a daily lower, because if not, I'm gonna bet you that we are gonna come here. On a daily perspective, if we previous time I was telling you, when we were moving up from here, I was telling you that 93.5, it is my zone to be recovered for a bullish continuation towards new all-time high. This didn't happen, and it was a great call. Now I'm calling, since we had more price action and we moved lower, my zone now to recover would be at least the 89k, 89.90, and hold it. Because if you go above 89.90 and you start to see price action developing here, most probably these highs are gonna be taken. Everybody is gonna get bullish over here. if we come and they will say that, yeah, range is reclaimed, and you cannot actually debate that. Yes, it is reclaimed, but you can still, we don't know what's gonna be when we're gonna have another bullish news, bearish news, or whatever. But I'm not discounting the fact that we can do a 100k move, take all of this out, and put another leg down. This can be somewhere in this zone where maybe we're gonna have the point of control of this lower range. It can come all the way lower, or even afterwards you can call it bear market. Locally, let's see if we can find some setups locally. To the upside, I explained what I'm interested in. In the lower part, in the lower part, let's pull a volume profile to see what we have here. And if we take this as a range on its own, we are holding the point of control. Lose the point of control, and the expected move will be towards value area low. I don't like this because it is sitting actually pretty high compared with where we are. But let me move to another chart, and let's see, maybe on a lower time frame it's gonna be more clean. Actually, look, this fib pull from over here came to TP1, and actually TP2 is gonna be the 86-ish level that I talked about. Let me move to this other side. Okay, let's go on a lower time frame. And this is Binance. Okay, now I'm interested overall in where does the value sit over here. As as we can see, we have a different picture. I would love this for today, 81,500, and move and take these highs. And afterwards, from here, we see what happens and we evaluate more the situation. On another note, let me just do a thing. This is the way I'm marking my SR zones, which are gonna. It is I am taking the end of the impulsive move, and then I am taking what makes sense in price action. We had a bounce, and then we had the retest as support. Afterwards, we sliced through what was previous support, became resistance. So here it starts my SR zone, which I drag all the way, and you can see a perfect example how it makes sense in this case over here. So anyways, in between 81 to 81.6 is gonna be a great trade for a bullish continuation of this mini internal uptrend. Since we have had this move over here, if we do the same, let me clean this one out. If we reapply the same concept again. We're gonna take this and this. Yet again, this was tested. Your SR zone was tested perfectly the other day. It will not be bearish, in my opinion, not very much bearish if you take all of this price action as a range on its own, actually to lose this low that we've put over here and do some sort of an SFP of this low and doing something like you come here and then you bounce. Overall, it will maintain the bullish market structure internally in this local uptrend. We can come all the way till 77 and 6, and I would still look for longs and I will still be bullish till we lose, as I said, this low on the daily. Because even so, when we come here, I showed you that we have other levels to the downside to take. And over here, we have as you can see, this is the developing value area low of the range. 75.5, 75.6 would be an amazing trade. So this is my view on Bitcoin on a higher time frame and also locally. And my guess is don't panic. We had the big sell-off in the stocks. The tariff news it's still like making effect. People don't know actually how to react, or they are more fearful than bullish. And yet again, next week we're gonna have the Fed, and they're gonna let us know that if they are gonna cut the interest rates, pause them, or increase. Yesterday we had the very good CPI. This was New York on CPI. After CPI was like 1 hour before New York open. And look what a sell-off. So this shouldn't happen when you have good economic data, let's call it, because by the numbers it was good. But the market still fears recession, and actually this CPI, it is for January. It doesn't count what it doesn't put into the account February, because it takes them like 6 weeks to put out the numbers. Nonetheless, we're gonna play what we have in front of us. So this is my time. These are my levels. This is my view. And later on, I'm gonna do a separate video for Ethereum. That is gonna be more interesting. Okay, peace. Be blessed, guys. Bye bye.